Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on, what day is it? Wednesday, the 6th of January. So, let's have a look through these markets then. Starting off looking at the news, and well, with the news itself at the moment, we're still seeing this unconfirmed election results for the Senate seats. So, that's stalling things at the moment, giving the dollar even more weakness. If we needed the dollar to have any more weakness, it's certainly having it at the moment. So waiting, as I say, it looks like it's going to be running into today for the results of this. It's once again dragged out. According to Wall Street, it's expected at least one of the seats to be Republican, a Republican seat, which would prevent a Senate majority. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. But for now, the markets are speaking for themselves, actually, or the fear is speaking for itself. That's that. Let's have a look at the risk that's available out there for us today in terms of data being released. This afternoon, then we've got the ADP non-farm payrolls change. This is as useful as a chocolate teapot because it really has so little effect in the markets. However, if it's really quiet and something happens, maybe we'll see something. Okay, we'll have a look. We'll have a look at that in a moment, Dean. We've got the Bank of England governor speaking. Just to check what he's speaking is okay. Is before the Financial Stability and Treasury Select Committee, so that doesn't normally create too much movement from that, particularly in the current state of things. And we've got the FOMC minutes, so I don't know what I'm clicking on that for. Same old really there. I don't think we're going to see too much come from that. So they're the risk events that we've got there. As I say, pretty minimal compared to seeing the Georgia election results, and goodness knows what time that will actually work its way out into the markets. But as soon as it is, I'm sure we'll see it one way or the other on the price action. So be aware. Right. That is that. What else have we got there? That's pretty much it. Let's have a look then at the technicals. I'm being asked different things here. I'm going to start off in the major currencies as usual. So let's have a look at these, starting with the euro dollar. Dailies at the moment, the trend continues to the upside. It's broken through these recent highs. Whenever we see consolidation around a high, we generally get a continuation in that way, and this has just managed to consolidate. Didn't, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know which way you look at it, didn't roll as it looked like it was going to do a number of times. But for now, as I say, pushing up strongly. I'm very wary of this sort of price action pre 8 o'clock because we may get a retracement. Certainly don't want to be jumping on this. Range wise, this has already done a sort of range that we'd expect in a normal day, so it leaves little in the way of profit potential for me. Yes, we could have an exceptional day, but it's all ifs and buts and coulds. We'll have a look. It may be that a retracement gives me a better opportunity there. So looking at the pound has just held on and held on every time it looks like it's that's it, it's going to roll. We get a sort of we had an inside day yesterday, and now we're pushing up beyond that, so almost a bullish orami. I won't say that's a small enough candle to be a bullish orami, but some will, and it's obviously pushing on, continuing in this bullish trend at the moment. So again, we're seeing strength there. It's as I say, holding its own and pushing up. What can we do with this? Well, again, it's pushed up here. It's already through its daily pivot into its R1, already gone quite a way. I'll have another look at that later, but it's going to be a post 8 o'clock trade anyway for me, but it'll maybe an afternoon trade at this rate. We'll see. It's just running into its daily R1 at the moment, which is a bit of resistance. Let's just see post 8 o'clock, a decent retracement, maybe back to its pivot. We'll see what happens and see if we can get a continuation. But as I say, again, it's moved quite a long way, so expectations of a much bigger move, well, could happen. Yen, dollar yen, same old here. It's continued in this downward trend. Yes, we get blips upwards, but it's in a solid old trend, and we're just seeing a continuation of that. Really, with occasional days like, well, the last couple of days it's pushed up, or a couple of 4-hour bars it's pushed up rather, but overall Is just looking for opportunities on this. It's a bit more difficult. It can get quite into a chop zones at stage. At times it seems to work better when it breaks out. I mean, it's 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It's just consolidated for the rest of the time there, and we just get these large periods of consolidation, and then all of a sudden it starts running. So okay, it ran at 8 o'clock the previous morning for a while, but pushed the other way quite solidly later. But either way, just waiting, see if it shows its hand. It's not always the clearest. Aussie dollar, no surprises here. This is one that's been one of the strongest currencies over the longer term, continuing this rally up there, and well, just looking pretty solid whichever time frame you're looking on. Too late to be trying to jump into a trade again here. It's a case of retracements. It missed out on its daily pivot marginally there, but unless there was something that really shook these markets and we've got solid dollar running, that wouldn't become a target for me today at this stage. But you never say never. It could carry on. Resistance potentially into its R1 shortly, but again, as I say, this could be an exceptional day, but it's a very much unknown day. Yes, the trends are all up here at the moment, but we could get some reversals. Canadian dollar again stretched somewhat daily wise. Yesterday it sold off all the way through there, well, pretty much all the way through. Again, it was sort of later period there, just after 4 o'clock, the biggest bar to the downside, consolidated for most of the our trading day, and well, it's got a bit of divergence, maybe sitting here at the moment towards these lows. It's not a day trading currency for me, even though there is the daily pivot above there, but the trend is too strong to the downside at the moment. If anything, I'd rather wait to see if I was going to be trading this, to wait for a retrace. Okay, there's the majors there. Now I've been asked on the, can I have a look on the S&Ps. Let's have a look at the S&Ps then. Do this next, and you're looking at monthly RSI. Okay, monthly RSI. Yeah, it's very much long at the moment. RSI's not really showing me anything significant. All it's showing me, really, I say not significant, all it's showing me is strength. It hasn't got up to its sort of 80 level for me. If it gets up to that 80 level, then I can sort of look at divergences. But the looking at this, as I've been asked to, I'm not. Yeah, it's even where we saw this sort of this extreme back here, it didn't have much of a retrace. It's not really significantly retracing. It got into a divergence territory back here, then it's rolled over again, sold, but not massively. In fact, the point it didn't diverge, well, some people will argue it diverged between these 2 points here, but it had gone from pillar to post. It had run down almost down to the 25 area, so it's a completely different move this. And on the first or second there, 2020 that was, it's then rolled that early sort of stage into March. That was the March correction, but we're not really seeing anything in the short term here that, for me, other than potential upside. The risk is all to the upside on this, effectively. So I know a lot of people want to see corrections and whatnot on this, but I just think it's sorry, I'm in the S&P cash market here at the moment, so you'll see some gaps in it. But if you look at the futures this morning, well, it hasn't pushed up too much. Maybe there's an expectation that we'll see. Sorry, let's just come back to that monthly on there and just see if the futures is giving anything different. Not really. It's pretty much the same old. There's just uncertainty now. Correction, we could see corrections coming from this Georgia vote, but I think there'll be short-lived corrections either way. Okay, let's move on quickly then to gold. Looking at this, and again, yesterday managed a positive day. We're certainly, and again, we've got to be really looking at the bigger picture here, and we're getting up to the sort of choke points just below that $2,000 1981, round about that sort of area where we've got sort of previous resistance and bodies, candle bodies, which it's a bit lower than that. It's 1976. So these areas here are where we may see a bit of stalling, but at the moment it's slow on the daily basis here. You could argue, and it's down a little bit at the moment, but we'll see how this floats out. But it's been, as I said yesterday, consolidating around the highs there, and it did manage another little shove up, but maybe slower than what you originally saw. Okay, it doesn't give me opportunities to buy into this market at the moment. Personally, it's just too far. It's a bit extended. Maybe a bit of more consolidation would convince me that if it does break to the upside, it's worth jumping aboard for a shorter term trade maybe. But if you're in it, stay in it. It looks at the moment, maybe. Okay, that's that. Oil meetings did continue yesterday, and an agreement came from that meeting, and it pushed it up that the production cuts would eventually remain in place to a degree, although Russia's looking then for March to be back 500 million extra barrels a day. So it has given it the boost for now. Again, as I said, with all lockdowns and etc., I think the market may be getting ahead of itself a little bit here. We may see a correction. Yes, that deal sort of that's being suggested there has pushed it up for now. I think if too much oil floods the market too quickly, there's just nowhere for it to go, literally. Okay, that was oil, gold, and let's have a quick look at. I'm going to look. Let's just look at Bitcoin. I'm just going to bring a different chart in, and we'll just look at this. If I can bring that down here. So Bitcoin there. Just I know a lot of people looking at it at the moment. Decent push up here. Yesterday, good recovery, and we're pushing it again. Once again, new all-time highs for Bitcoin. So it's overnight there. It's pushed in over $36,000. Yesterday I was mentioning about XRP, and I'm personally looking at getting in a position there. I did remind myself, someone had reminded me actually on Monday that there's another meeting on the 19th of Jan, I believe it is, the day of the election, the switch of presidents, but there is a meeting around that which might just see it break either way really, I suppose, but it could just see it drop down further. Still very speculative, I would say, on that one. Ethereum, another good day yesterday, recovered most of its previous losses there then as well. I say previous losses, what it'd given back from Monday, but good old day, and it's been pushing up again. Speculative these currencies are, or coins are. They still look like they've got some more positive steps to go, particularly with this sort of risk off running through the markets. It seems like that's effectively a new gold for some people. Very easy to get into. That's it for me. I wish you a great day. Bye for now.